everyone. We are back here Saturday afternoon, Mechanics Institute in San Francisco. I'm Abel Talamantes, Chess Director of the Mechanics Institute, and with me is Dr. Judith Starry, the General Manager, and we have Coach Andy Schley here joining us also. And I think we just got Tina joining us as well. Hi.
Hi, Tina. How are you?
Hey, no baby yet.
No baby yet. Okay, I actually told Abel, hey, if you're not joining, that's probably because either you have a fussy 2-year-old, or you have.
I may get pulled away in the middle for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, thanks for joining. Well, it seems, as I said on Facebook, I have no idea what to expect, and it seems that you have outpowered us, or whatever, the number of players. I sent out the last call right now, but we might be short on players. So your players know that whoever won't get a game, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah, okay. We told them that. I didn't realize it was going to be that lopsided with the numbers, but.
Yeah, and we didn't either. I mean, we promoted, we told even the higher rated too that come on, there's nothing stopping you for coming. So yeah.
Yeah, we had over 40 a couple hours ago in our match with Italy.
But, oh wow!
But that was also adults, right?
Yeah, that was open.
Right.
You got a few more popping in. I see my kids are getting bumped down that had games.
So this is kind of a Scholastic friendly here between Mechanics Institute Scholastic players and Hampton Roads Scholastic Chess from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Yep, I double-checked all my usernames here, make sure none of my coaches or college students slid in there.
Back in the deck.
Okay, Christina, do I spell your last name right? Schweiss, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
So what's your club been like lately? I mean, everything's been shelter in place. I would imagine you've got a lot of online activity and action. Is it any substantially different than what it's been?
I mean, obviously, it's never going to be the same when the kids can't be together. So, they're adjusting. We're doing the best we can, but we basically took our existing schedule for all of our school chess programs and for our Tuesday night club, which is what this is, and just moved it online. So, one of the schools had a Blitz quarterly tournament scheduled for that first Monday that, schools were out, and we still ran it. We ran it on Chess Kid. We've been using the U.S. Chess online quick and blitz ratings, which kids are enjoying, for some things. They can't have an over-the-board rating, rating changes right now. They're doing Zoom classes with their coaches, like they normally would, normal time and everything. We even managed to transition our ladder online, so it's a little bit of manual labor behind the scenes by my ladder coordinator. But we had sent somebody to the church where we meet to take pictures of the ladder. We have a big giant rook with over 100 names on it, and we recreated it on paper and have a system that we're using in Chess Kid Fast Chess where the kids can still play on the ladder for the rest of the season.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
I remember the ladder back in my Scholastic days. It was very, very important.
Oh, they would have been really upset if we had to cut the ladder off prematurely.
Definitely.
That would not have been good.
Even back in the 90s and early 2000s when I was really little, we used the ladder with 100 plus kids, and that was very, very important. So glad that clubs are still using that, and ladder's always a lot of fun for the kids. They really like it. Some tears shed, but yeah, it's okay. It's growing pains.
Yeah,
we had a 7 cities chess championship. It was the very first time we were going to run it. Since we have so many school chess programs now, and it was April 4th, so we had to cancel it. But we ran it online still. So the kids we had 210 kids play in that tournament. We're actually doing a fundraiser tournament on May 23rd to replenish our scholarship fund. Because we know a lot of families are going to need tuition scholarships and stuff in the fall. We're a 501c3, so.
Yeah, and I know that that you ran this tournament on Chess Kid, and so it's a lot of work for everyone out there who don't know. Basically, you have to create separate clubs, separate tournaments for those clubs, because you have to control who's getting into which tournament, which section, which you have to create separate tournaments. So it's a lot of work for everyone, and I know it was pretty last minute for you guys, because basically it was shut down 2 weeks before, right? So you had to transition it pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
So that was a lot of work. So we have 2 more minutes. I want to give a big shout out for your club, and thank you so much for agreeing to join us and do this fun match. We never know what to expect at club matches, honestly. But I mean, you guys are the Chess Club of the Year 2017. So this is a great privilege for us to be able to play with you guys. And it seems that the highest rated does have a good match. So we have a 1902, so at least that high rated will have a good match. And we have a...
Yeah, the kid behind that username on our top board is, he's a beast. We have never seen anybody's rating go as, we tell kids, you want your rating to generally trend up. You're going to have good tournaments, you're going to have bad tournaments, it's going to go up, it's going to down. We want the trend line to sort of go up. This kid just has skyrocketed. He sleeps and breathes chess, and just has improved hundreds of rating points in the last 18 months. It's been amazing.
Okay. Well, I hopefully our player gives him a good match.
Yeah.
Jeremy Coffin, we know who he is, and he's a very solid 1800 level player. So.
Yeah, this is Tyson Brady. He was closing in on expert at 1986 when everything shut down. So I know he's frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
Very hard for that. So
the momentum. We lost a little of that momentum.
And I just let in a few more players, so hopefully.
The time control is game in 15 minutes with a 10-second increment. So let's see. Generally, Scholastic Chess, they'll play a little bit faster than the allotted time, but probably not at the top. So I'm predicting the top couple of boards will probably be the last ones to finish for every round.
Keep your eye on Deep Chess Green. That's Matthew Bastilos. He plays very slowly and deliberately, and he is the master of playing on his delay at the club, because we generally have, for our normal weekly tournaments, we do like an action time control game 30.
Okay, and it
delay.
seems that we have
amazing.
17 kids on each side, so and I'm trying to pull up the games, although chess.com seemed to be freezing on me. Okay.
That's my bet.
There you go.
Deep Chess Green is the last one to finish.
All right.
We'll run that
Okay, let me adjust the screen a little bit.
Especially with the increment. In our
So,
previous match, we did see some games where how are they still have so much time, and we realizing these players are moving so fast, they're just building up increment.
yeah, we kind of didn't realize that 10-second increment, right? So I'm fixing the board so that we don't see the analysis board, and the audience don't see the analysis board. So hopefully,
there's one showing that it's over already.
I wonder if it's someone that just didn't make a move, or
if it's Scholastic Chess, or checkmate somewhere.
yeah, Scholar Chess. It's always
practically a Scholar's Mate, not exactly, but
yeah. Let's pull it up. Yep, it is exactly a Scholar Chessmate. So anyway, good job, Christina, teaching them how to do that. And I guess
that's a high school student on my end, so I'm not super happy with them for playing like that. But.
Yeah, it's fine. And you know what? Once you go through that, you will know how to.
That's the hope. That's the hope coaches have always.
We're supposed to know how to.
We're supposed to know, hopefully. Anyway, so this is the board 1 that we see currently. So Abel and Andy and Christina Okay.
Yeah, and this is actually kind of slow. I mean, usually you're not going to take this much time in a action-rated, online game this early in the opening. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and yes,
maybe
Jeremy.
something new that White hasn't seen before, or they're not so comfortable with.
Unless he's trying to figure out how the next 5-6 moves are going to proceed, right? Whether he's going to develop knight f3 and castle that way, or wants to do something else. I was surprised he went a3.
But to take 45 seconds
to come up with a3.
Play a3.
Yeah.
Either it's a brilliant move above us, or just not sure.
I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
Although it could be some alpha
Theory.
Yeah.
And Christina, are you seeing the Twitch? Or
I'm not seeing your screen share. You're not sharing your screen.
I'm not. I can't share my screen because if I share my screen, the video feed to the OBS gets messed up. So
I
if
was
you
looking
want,
at a different game. I was trying to figure out how it ended. I wonder if White resigned.
Here, I can send you the link for our Twitch so you can follow the games that we're looking at.
yeah, in the chat. Thank you, Andy. Because I did collect a few pictures from your Facebook and everything for everyone to kind of get to know you guys and to see the activity and everything you guys do. So I'm gonna actually pull that in, and then the viewers can see some of the pictures that's on your Facebook and from your players. And I do have one favorite one where we are together at the U.S. delegate meeting.
Abel, how are you feeling about this position? Who are you liking? What are you feeling?
I mean, everything is locked up. I mean, to be honest, I sort of like Black's a little bit better right here.
Like Black's, it's got this almost like weird advanced French pawn structure going
And
on.
the one thing I don't like for White is the c3 pawn.
No, I don't think the c3 pawn. I don't think that's going to matter so much, because as soon as Black c pawn decides to trade off anywhere, that c pawn is going to recapture. So I don't think it's going to be a weakness.
I think Black just has like so much more opportunities to gain space here. Now, the one thing that White does have is I like that the bishops pointing towards the king side.
No, definitely, they're following their pawn chain.
Yeah. So let's see. Now let's see if Black pushes c4 and like locks everything up.
Rook e8 might be a little too slow. I do like e4, really making sure c3 is going to be a weakness forever. Or even maybe something like a4 right now, trying to make e5 a little weaker.
And I'm wondering if he's thinking down the road, getting that rook to e3 and swinging it over, and just
Yeah, that'd be a good play for White. White can play pretty slowly right now if they get to move a4 in. But Black hit it first. We can go back to d1 and reroute to c2 or b1. Really looking after and really going. They're trying to put the queen on d3. So c4 for Black would be a good idea right now. Knight f8's a nice defensive resource, trying to corral the pieces over to the king side. But I think c4 is really needed.
a4, I'm not sure why that was played by Black. Black's going knight f8 to get it to g6, I imagine.
Yep. Or I mean, you can just even keep it there for now, protecting h7. I think a4 was a good idea though, because it makes b5 weaker in the long run.
Like if this was me, I would actually.
But I think they just played it.
You just took a pawn. I mean, I would go something like h4, honestly. h4 and then start pushing h5.
You get some counterplay. You play something like f6, trying to break down the pawn structure.
The one thing I like is this game is definitely going to be something.
I'm going to draw.
Yeah, this is not a. Right, someone's going down. Someone's going to win. Someone's going to lose.
But yeah, it's going to be a decisive game.
It's fun.
Looks like. C4 still looks like a good move here.
I'm clicking on board 2 and see if we have anything interesting in board 2. White here is Hampton Roads, and then black is representing mechanics. So we are rooting for black. Christina, you're probably rooting for white, right?
We're rooting for the kids, but we are rooting for black. There's no doubt about it. Well, I mean, there's stuff on either side for whoever you're rooting for.
But white looks like their pawn storm's gonna be a little much faster here.
Yeah, because we're gonna break through there, and then white's probably gonna look to put that bishop on h6. They're gonna break through. For black, I like that we can get our knight to c4, but we're gonna take a little longer making a breakthrough.
So Christina, can you follow the games? What we are talking about?
Yeah, I actually pulled up the Twitch.
Yeah, that's the way. I'm sorry, I should have told you.
I know Wayne's a master, so I'm not going to contribute to.
Neither are we.
Oh, me neither. So tell us a little bit about your player. Do you know Joseph?
Sure. This is Joseph Cagle. Joseph's actually one of our alumni players who had to move out of the area, but we still hold our alumni close. We keep them in our online clubs and keep them playing. He had to move to Tennessee when his dad retired, so he's a great kid. That rating's pretty accurate of his actual over-the-board regular rating as well.
Is he anywhere close to Ryan Villas? I know he's in Tennessee, right?
I'm not sure what town they live in. I know it's pretty remote. They've had some struggles trying to get anything going as far as chess where they live.
So then probably not.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's tough to get chess in rural areas and keep it.
Yeah.
I grew up in a 1,000-person farm town in Wisconsin, and we had 100+ kids on our chess team. But sadly, that chess club doesn't really exist anymore. So.
Yeah, you really need someone dedicated to spend time, energy, and everything. So.
Yeah. And Hampton Roads is a very military area, so we get a lot of coming and going. So we've got chess. Yeah, we've got chess kid alumni all over the world, really, from our club that we still kind of hold on to.
And you mentioned the 7-city tournament you were putting online. What 7 cities is that including?
So Hampton Roads is a major metropolitan area made up of Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Suffolk, Hampton, and Newport News.
Okay.
So they're all distinct, independent cities, but they're all right together. You can't tell when you cross from one to the other. So
I think white here can go knight d5, and then queen d1, bishop g5.
Actually, based on that 7-city, we should be able to do something like that because, I mean, in the Bay Area, whether you are in Milpitas, San Jose, Cupertino, Palo Alto, San Mateo, Burlingame, all these, there's just one big San Francisco Bay Area. So, especially from someone who's not here, they don't really know the difference between these cities.
Here, it's
still confusing.
It's also the difference,
Yeah, and then people, I made a move from San Mateo to Burlingame, or I said, okay, you moved 2 miles, right?
And Abel, I think your analysis is right. They're going for this knight d5.
And it has to go queen d1, or you're going to lose the knight on a5. But then if you go queen d1, you're going to go bishop g5.
Yeah, it's a tough position. Black's trying with the Sicilian dragon here, but I think the pawn storm for white is going to be too fast, and really this queen having to undevelop and have all this pressure on it, it's not looking great for black.
Yeah.
Okay, Christina, your player is actually really power forward with 12 points. We have 3 points. A lot of your players actually finished with double wins. 1, 2, 3 players already, and so.
Can we go to the board 3? I think it's I am Charlene.
Yep. There you go.
And only because I know it's a player that plays often, because I'm always seeing that username in the Scholastic tournaments.
Yes, he does play a lot on Chess Kit too. And so mechanics is with white here. They are still on the first game. And his opponent is Exceptional Fork with 1600 rating.
I'm really liking white here.
Yeah.
Just because the king hasn't castled yet. And
Yeah, but that almost has to be on the agenda this turn. Getting up a E1 should be some
yeah, it would definitely
competition.
be worth giving that up. Just
Black castles, queen times E7, and something like rook F7 to just to get queen out. Give yourself some time to maneuver some pieces.
and just the importance of just having space to play. I mean, it's worth giving up a pawn just to be able to play your pieces and get your king safe. And this looks like this will be an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and that's a tough thing for a lot of kids. I know these two are a little bit higher rated than most kids, but a lot of kids don't really think about that. Oh, I can give up a pawn and I can get some more activity. They don't. It's tough for them to think conceptually like that.
Right.
Play a little bit of positional chess.
Yeah. So this is Caden Jackson. He's actually our 3rd through 5th grade 7 cities champion. His real life rating is actually a couple hundred points lower than his rapid on chess.com. But he and most of the kids on these boards are in a class that we have called Candidate Masters. And it doesn't mean that they have that title. It's just the name we gave to the class. But their coach is National Master Dan Miller, who's a 6-time Virginia State champion. And we were losing those kids from our Scholastic club because we previously didn't really have anything to offer them as far as Scholastic competition. And so we pulled them from, like, they can't play against the other kids on Tuesday nights because they were slaughtering everybody. But they get an hour and a half of training every Tuesday night with their master coach. So Caden is in that class.
Nice.
No, it's good to have a pathway for the kids that get to a certain level, like usually over 1,000, to continue, because in this area, once kids get to around 1,000, there's generally not a whole lot of options as there are in like traditional Scholastic programs to keep them playing. But through a lot of like online options now, and we just opened up a class that's kind of geared for that level of player. It gives an opportunity for people that have risen to a level to kind of continue without having to lock down or hire the coach and things like that. For sure.
And we have rook b7 on the board, so the move has to be queen e6. Just stopping castling, just giving yourself some time as white.
And it's played. Yeah.
And it was played, yes.
It was played. That had to be almost automatic.
So
keeping.
Yeah, because now the king's not going anywhere, and you can't just drive the queen away on the next move.
Yeah, and I mean, with the king not going anywhere, this rook on h8's not going to go anywhere. This gives plenty of time for white's a rook to go to d1, their f rook to go to e1, just really pile on to e7.
So Christina, we have a picture up here with I remember it's a mall tournament that you guys organize, right?
Yeah.
It's inside a mall, and you basically rent the middle of the central area, and then you have food set up.
Yeah, they actually give it to us for free. They don't charge us anything. We have a relationship with the mall, so twice a year, once on National Chess Day and once in the spring. We had to cancel our spring tournament. We do it in center court. So it's kind of a fishbowl effect. You get people from 3 floors up looking down over the rails at the chess. And so we make sure it's only a quick rated, because it's not ideal playing conditions, obviously. A lot of distractions with the mall shoppers, but it's a blast. And the purpose is really to find members of the public who are chess enthusiasts who don't really know that they can play with other people here in the area. So we actually build a lot, get a lot of new members for our adult chess club when we hold that tournament at the mall.
And if I remember last time, you actually had to shut down registration because you reached capacity, right? And then you had to jungle and put in more seats last minute, right?
Yeah, most of our tournaments in this area now are having to be shut down early for reaching facility capacity. We had to grab the facilities people at the mall and say, please bring more tables and chairs this time.
Are they supplying you the chairs, the mall? Or
Oh, they set up everything
set up-
for us the night before, and we just roll in with the boards and sets and everything, and
Nice.
and set up
An organizer's dream.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
I know. I want that. Cool. Yeah,
You need to
no,
find a
I
mall
figured,
in the
like,
area.
when I saw that of your post that it's a mall, I said, that's a genius idea. Like, that's how you get out to the public and kind of...
Yeah, we
because-
call it bringing chess into the public eye, because most chess tournaments are played in schools and hotel ballrooms and things where you only know about it if you're already in the competitive chess community.
Yeah.
So there's a chance to kind of get it out there in the public eye.
Yeah.
We had actually approached that mall a few years ago and asked if we could do a fundraiser, and that was the first thing we did there. They let us do a chess hustling fundraiser. So the kids, we charged the public $5 or any donation to see if they could beat a kid at chess, and the kids whooped up on the public, so it was a lot of fun.
Cool. No, that's good. We
Now, our
picked up the
mechanics
point.
player here, Ryle Bear. So mechanics is black in this game.
Yep. Do we know Ryle Bear? Who is that?
I don't.
Let me see.
This is Christian Carrasco for us. He's middle school player. His over-the-board rating's a couple hundred points higher than his chess.com rating.
Oh, actually, our player Ryle Bear is a high school student from Michael Sue High
good.
School from Nueva. So, Andy, you
nice.
might have actually met him, or Kostya, I don't know.
Or-
Okay, him
Costa.
also.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we had
That beautiful school though.
I know.
Yes, it is.
That school.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's
I didn't even realize it until I kind of took a look at our roster this season. All of our top kids in the Candidate Masters program either are homeschooled or go to the Virginia Beach City Gifted School.
wow.
And Christian goes to the City Gifted School.
That's a good place to look for chess players.
We do
They're-
have
we have
one
a- we have
homeschool.
100 kids in that program. A big one.
We do have one homeschool group who comes to our institute every Wednesday morning, and every Wednesday, and then every other week they take a lesson from our international master. But I just feel that, or I don't know, maybe I'm not in their homeschool system, but it seems that the homeschooling in California is a lot less organized, centrally organized. The networking
Oh,
is not-
I think White missed an opportunity here. What about knight C7, and then
E6.
never mind. It doesn't work.
We did pick up a few points, so
Black's got a nice stronghold on this position.
Yeah, I mean, that knight is pretty well placed on F4 for black.
Having 3 connected center pawns never hurts, especially if we're not in really any danger. We'll need to get all of our pieces active. Something like A6 to kick away the knight, then we can move the rook to A rook. But, yeah, being newer to California, I don't know too much about the homeschool chess scene, but growing up in Wisconsin, we had a lot of homeschool players that were on my team and other teams. So
yeah,
I know
maybe
that's-
we just have to do a little bit more digging, because I'm sure that they are out there. It's just whenever I try to connect with homeschooling groups, they seem to be very isolated and
No, that's
But it's-
kind of generally how it is.
yeah.
I mean,
it also then gets really tricky when you try to have them play with teams. So
Yes.
Virginia came up with some very specific rules. Actually, I was on the Scholastic subcommittee that helped fix up the definition of a team for nationals and worked on the homeschool piece.
Yeah, we worked on
I'm
that
on-
together,
yeah.
Christina.
Yeah, I homeschooled my kids, so this whole program that we have here in Hampton Roads actually started with a flagship program at a homeschool co-op that my son was attending. And we started a chess
Awesome.
program there, and then everything else kind of grew from that. So we actually have a really strong homeschool chess community in this area, because I was already plugged into that community, so I knew where to
yeah, and
go to the co-ops
So-
and who to talk to. So
for anybody watching though, what is the official rule now in Scholastic chess? I've been removed from the younger side of the Scholastic nationals and things like that for a few years, but I've been doing middle school and high school. What is the official rule if you want to add a homeschool kid to a team?
There's a number of ways a homeschool student can play for a team. Number one, if they go to the same homeschool co-op, which is a group of families that get together and do classes together every week. So it's like a school, it's like a part-time private school-ish homeschool co-op. They can also play, obviously, if they're siblings in the same family that are homeschooled in the same section. They can play for the public school that they would attend if the principal or somebody writes a letter that allows them to do so. And they can also play with other homeschoolers who live in the same school zone as them. So if they would attend the same public school together, they can be a homeschool team. That's rare, but we have had it happen here and there.
Yeah.
Looks like the top boards drew.
Yeah, they
first
drew.
game.
Nice. And then we have Andrew Ballantyne here with white. This is his second game. He lost his first one to Cody 14-15. If that rings a bell, Christina.
Yeah, that's Cody Pinkerman. He's actually new to our program this year. He did our summer academy with Coach Jay's curriculum last summer.
Oh yeah.
And then he's been in the club this year. A little bit off and on because he also plays basketball, but he's a young high school student.
And something Andrew Ballantyne really needs to work on, and I've worked with him and told him this I don't know how many times, but he's way too fast, and that's for most kids.
And I bet his dad is listening to us. So his dad is the most wonderful parent, I have to tell you guys.
Awesome chess parent.
Awesome chess parent.
Awesome chess
They support us as well as they support Andrew and with every chess activity. Yeah, but let's work on slowing down Andrew, okay?
Yeah.
We have that, I think he's probably done already, but Gigantic Bow Ties was one of our kids, Liam Cowell. He plays very quickly. He's actually our state Blitz K5 champion.
He did win both of his games. This was the end of his second game, so...
Yeah, he's a state Blitz champion, but he needs to slow down for his regular chess.
Okay. Let's.
And that's a weird thing growing up and like playing Scholastic chess. If it's a psychological thing, if your opponent's moving fast, like you almost have to go just as fast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we preach that to the kids all the time. You have your clock, they have their clock.
You can say it until you're blue in the face, and
don't get sucked into their pace, but they don't listen.
I know I didn't listen when I was a kid either, so I had a reputation of playing too fast.
Oops, nice.
Andrew Ballantyne is going to win his game, but he missed the maiden one.
Oh.
Next time.
He needs to go back and check that out.
Rafi is actually a kid he's actually from France, and he's stationed, his mom is with NATO, stationed in our area, so.
Okay.
So he's playing under U.S. flags, it seems.
Yeah, for now. I think they probably only have another year left here.
So you guys had the state championship, right? Scholastic state championship. It wasn't cancelled, right?
No, we squeezed in that last weekend before
everything. Yeah. So you guys won the state championship. Is that correct?
We had kids who won the under sections. We're still building the program to the point they get a lot of power in chess in Northern Virginia, up around the DC area.
Yeah.
So we're not quite to the point yet where we can compete with them for the actual championship sections. But we're hoping, I think by next year, the gifted school in Virginia Beach will be able to win some of at least the K3 and K5, we think. Championship sections, but they won the K3 and K5 under sections this year.
Yeah, so congratulations. That's actually a great way to build it up. And I know you also bring kids to the nationals, right?
We haven't gotten to the point where we're doing it in a very organized fashion, like you see teams from Texas or Florida that travel with their prince. That would be my dream. Like the school principals even come with some of these kids, but they so as individuals, we do talk it up and encourage it, but it's always an individual family thing.
Yeah. Well, and growing up in rural Wisconsin, we would pack like 6 people in a hotel room. We'd have generally the higher boards would get a bed or half a bed, and the lower boards, fight for spaces in the floor and stuff. So.
So it seems this D2D2 commenting on in the chat. So that's one of your players who's probably pretty familiar with chess.com, and we have Joel Coley, which I can't remember.
Oh, that's I don't want to share names, but he's in one of my classes.
Yeah, okay.
Online class. He's got a lot of energy, which is a good thing. He's very enthusiastic about chess, but he needs to slow down a little bit, take some more time. Especially like with this trade here, he really should have taken his queen out, gotten the queen active, not opened up his king so much. This bishop's seen better days, not sitting here on b4. So.
But it's wonderful to see them play. I mean, this is this can be scary for them because they usually used to ChessKid. ChessKid safe platform where no trash talking, nothing, and this is a little bit different. So I'm very proud of them.
Even our Scholastic players, well, the ones that play the rate basically are the masters that we have that are like 11 years old, 12 years old. It is amazing to see them playing these online events because in the chat, they're like, it's almost like they're a different personality than we know them in real life.
Yeah.
And I mean, Jin and I are having to tell them, hey, bring it down, don't use all the emojis,
yeah.
Because they just start blowing it up.
Yeah. So we are back to board 1. This is their second game. They drew their first game. And again, Karma's Revenge is our player. Yes, that's Jeremy Carlton, and he did fill out the form so we can drop his name.
He's actually the Cal Chess State Rapid and Blitz champion of last year. He won both of the events that we organized.
And also, he's the representative for one of the high school in San Francisco, right?
Lowell, I believe it's Lowell.
Yeah, I think so.
Our player here, he had a very strong showing at the state championship. He's an 8th grader, played in the K8 championship section, and actually won his first 4 games, including against masters or experts. And I don't think he played any masters, but he beat some experts, and he ended up losing his last round against a 2,000 rated player. So he finished 3rd in the state.
Wow. And what age group is he? What
grade? He's an 8th grader.
8th grader. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good.
How many kids generally come out to the Virginia State Championship?
If it's in Northern Virginia, it's usually a bit higher. This year was a little lower because we were right on the edge of the pandemic and a lot of people pulled out, but it could be anywhere from 400 to 600.
Okay, so it's a good size state championship. That's what usually it is in Wisconsin, so about 500 to 600.
Yeah.
But this year they had to cancel it like many state championships.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I really like I don't know what I like. I feel like I like White's position here.
Yeah, well, what do you do as White? What are you thinking?
Wow, took that one.
Well, they're taking the pawn because now it's
threat
knight
E7.
E7. Yeah. And the bishop's still hanging.
Yeah, like what's a good move here?
Move for black. I mean, you almost have to just give up your bishop at this point.
Yeah.
I don't see any.
The thing is, White's already up a pawn.
Yeah. Or do you play something like knight times e6 and bring bishop back to f7, getting some sort of pin, but I think there's any fruit for your labor there.
Yeah, because nothing works. Even if you do knight h3 check and then bishop g4, you're still going to get forked.
Judith, can we go back a move or two?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right before they played knight f5. So black's move before they played knight f5.
Not really.
Knight f5 or knight f4?
Oh, sorry, knight f4.
Yeah. So here they castled g4 and then knight f5, right? So
So white's move.
Yeah, so white move g4, and now black is playing knight f4, right?
That was not the best.
That was not the best move.
Okay.
I see what a Scholastic kid sees out of it. They see that they're protecting their bishop. They see they're attacking attacking the bishop on d3, but more accurate moves.
Should we peek into an end game? There's
Sure.
one player who, the board 4, they haven't even finished their first game, so they are the only board that hasn't finished their first game.
So some good kids taking their time.
Yeah, we should award them just for that, having the longest game in the first round.
And
Right.
Abel, looking back, I think they could have played bishop f7, e takes, or f takes e6, and then bishop takes e6. When the rook takes, then you have knight f4. No, that still doesn't work because the rook just goes back to e2. Never mind.
Talking about the other game?
Yeah, but it doesn't pan out. So here we've got.
Here we got can black. I mean,
It looks like the pawns on the queen side though are pretty done. But
And I'm trying to tell all the parents who are saying that somehow they couldn't log in and couldn't start and everything. There will be a chess kit tournament at 4 p.m. That's our usual weekend tournament. So hopefully they will be able to log in there and play the tournament. So.
Is that 4 or 4:15?
No, 4. So every tournament is at 4 except Tuesdays to wait for your end of class.
Okay.
Which is fine. Like I think it's a good method, but yeah. So 4 p.m. seems to be a good time for kids. After lunch and everything, right before dinner starts. So every family with different dynamics can join that, and we do get some good showings, like around 30, 35, 40 kids even sometimes. So. Hoping to break the 50 barrier one of these days. So, Christina, these are our regular, reoccurring kids tournaments. We have Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just general G5 plus 5, I think. Nothing serious. And we don't really organize it too much. Just include it in our regular email blasts and everything.
Can we check in on board 1 real quick again?
Absolutely.
We created a monster combined club called Hampton Roads or HRCA and Friends Quarantine Zone. We have a sister club in North Carolina that we've been working with for years, and a couple of other outlying clubs that don't have much else going on around them, and we just put all the kids in one big chess kid club. So our North Carolina sister club has been running daily tournaments from that club on Chess Kids. So every day at 4 o'clock, the kids can hop on and play. They do a rookie and an advanced section. Give everybody a chance, but yeah, sometimes it's just a handful of kids on there, and sometimes it's maybe 30 or 40 kids.
Yeah, that's good, and that's the next step for us too, because until we grew around 30, I didn't want to have 2 sections or 2 separate tournaments for parading, but now I think it's time, because to get those lower rated kids a little bit of positivity and encouragement.
Well, and positivity, and the kids that are a little bit stronger, they want stronger games too. They don't really want to. So
I think from next week onwards, probably I'm gonna have separate tournaments for What do you think, Coach Andy? 800 plus or 1,000 plus?
Oh, I think
we split ours at 1,000 chess kid rating.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I can sign up for a chess kid and start out at 800. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That does start off at 800. Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
1,000 plus will be fine. So
I mean, we would like the numbers to be higher for the two separate sections, but frankly, we had the same advanced kids playing every day and winning every time, and I didn't want the rookies to get discouraged and
yeah,
quit
exactly.
playing.
That's my logic too. So we are probably a little bit behind you guys, but we are reaching that point where I want to encourage some of the rookies and beginners to come back because they get slaughtered, but they do put on. Okay.
Yeah, and board one's still.
No, this game's further along.
Because we had the F times E6 already.
Oh, so yeah. I'm gonna go through the moves real fast. So knight F4 and then. Yeah, white is really dominating here. And we are here right now. And it's white's move now after king d7.
That's you never know in Scholastic games.
Yeah,
these guys
true.
are higher rated, so the likelihood is smaller that they're going to make a mistake, but you never know in Scholastic chess.
I'm actually surprised played that move because black can play b5 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, b6, right?
If
Well, no, but knight b6, white knight b6, check.
But king over and it's attacking.
King goes over to c7.
Yeah,
The thing,
and then
the pawn on
You
b2
see?
is hanging.
I should shut up.
Oh, so black's getting some activity with their king, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah.
So got something back. Actually, for what the position looked like, black is doing far better than I thought they would be at this point.
So Abel, or anybody, do you think the maneuver knight a5 back to b6, trying to get to d5 is worth it at all, or how do we get this knight back to being active? Because knight, it looks like knight d3, and that's what was played. Knight d3.
Yeah, that's the best path. Then the b6
f4 gets shut off by the king. So, and yeah, it's nice that this knight grabbed a pawn, but now what?
Yeah, but it had
take a couple moves to get back in the game. It looks like they want to get to d5.
But at least by taking that pawn, it doesn't open up a file.
Yeah, it doesn't open up a file or anything.
So all the lower boards are finished. D2 just picked up another one for Hampton Roads. So we have 5 more boards and 1 board still on the first game. So
they want to move this bishop, but I think the bishop looks pretty decent here on d3. Or are you going to reroute it to f7 to watch on c4?
And it'd be nice if we can get the bishop on d3 with the pawn on c4.
yeah, it went back f7.
Yeah, but I think that's a little bit of wishful thinking.
Yeah.
So, which is something most chess players have, wishful thinking. They have these ideas and want to try to get to them, but isn't always going to work out.
See, now the white's knight's going to have a nice spot on c5 right there.
Unless we put our knight back on a4 and play something like bishop d5, because then they still can't play c4, not with the bishop hanging out on the diagonal. And actually a2's hanging. Do we pick up the pawn, give them the nice outpost square, and try to get it back later, or do we just play knight a4 right away, leave them with the weakness on a2 and tell them, hey, you have to defend it?
Well, to me, if black captures on a2 and then rook a1, and then you capture on a6, you've given the rook a lot of activity.
Yeah, so it looks like knight a4 might be the best move here.
Just keeps everything closed.
Yeah, because now if you play knight c5, knight takes, d takes, and you can sit this bishop nicely on c4, kind of holding the position together a little bit.
the thing though, knight a5 is definitely not the first thing that looks attractive to play.
Knight a4. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like an attractive move at all, but when it's played,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we think it might be the right move.
hopefully they're not listening to us, and hopefully they're not
Right.
banking on our analysis.
Okay.
This is tough.
Yeah, but I don't know how much I love Black's pieces right now. Or sorry, White's pieces right now. They're not really coordinated,
Wow,
doing too much together.
we have one game that just started in the second round.
Yeah, real
Well, that's
bad.
good.
And he lost our game. Our player lost the last.
Oh, he
The
lost that
last, the first game, it seems like with two queens on the
game. Oh,
board.
yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, that will do. But they are in the second game, just starting off, and mechanics is with white this time. So hopefully he can turn around.
Can you check on that Junji Cole game?
So we have officially 5 games going on right now. And GM Oliver lost his second game. I know he won his first game, so congratulations, Oliver. So 4 more games, guys.
Junji Cole is in a fascinating spot.
Yeah.
It was White.
I am Charlene won his game, so congratulations. And I think it's a her, but
Yeah.
I'm not 100% Charlene, right? It's
Yeah.
a brother, sister, Oliver and Charlene, so.
So White just moved. Black just give up the knight and play rook e6.
Give up the knight.
Where's this knight go? I suppose we don't have to give it up at all. It's defended, but
Oh, you just
rook
leave
e1's
it there, right?
over.
I mean, but
Rook e6 looks like the natural move for Black, though.
then what if you do d3?
You play d3,
Yeah.
then I think I can swing the rook over to f6. Yeah, you're attacking my queen, but I give you check. Where's this king
Oh, that's
gonna
good.
go?
Yeah, that's bad.
It has to go to e1, or the bishop has to block
F4.
on f4, and then it's safe to actually play g5 here. Sorry, you can't play g5 because of d3.
It doesn't look good, bottom line, for
Well, at least we crossed the 10 points, so that's good. And of course, Christina, congratulations, you guys won the match already.
Really didn't. You said you felt privileged to play us. I think that's the other way around. You guys have quite an amazing reputation. It was our kids were very excited, as you can see from the turnout,
Yes.
to play against Mechanics Institute today. So.
And I think this is a really cool thing for Scholastic Chess right now, that these kids get to really play each other, from kids against the other, or across the country, maybe at nationals or something. You can run into each other. It's like, oh, you're Joseph 7. I played you before, things like that. Right. And I know analyzing the game with your opponent's kind of gone away a little bit in Scholastic Chess, but that was something I looked forward to definitely when I was a Scholastic player, to be able to go over the game with somebody you just played. Maybe that'll come back a little bit with the kids getting to know each other a little more online.
Yeah, actually, that might be something where just different sorts of connections and friendships are formed from usernames, right? Where they start.
I didn't love rook a to d8. I still think rook e6 was a little more active with the king still sitting in an awkward square. Now the king's a little more safe.
I mean, you just go f1, king f1, or f2. No, you can't do that.
Black might be. Oh, it could have maybe gone for a perpetual. Given
I
the
think
time.
it's inevitable now, right?
Well, it looks like Black still wants to try to win, but they need to get one of these rooks into the game.
Yeah, the thing is, do you have enough time to get the?
Rook.
Like, I mean, what do you?
Well, now you can have the option of just rook d6. d3 is not an option because of the queen blockading. So rook d6 looks pretty tempting for black. Hang it over to f6.
And so players, if you notice, especially new Scholastic players, that bishop on f1 was completely useless. I'm wondering about that because as I'm saying that, black just traded out a knight that was very well placed there on d3 in exchange for a bishop that was totally useless.
Yeah, but that's a positional understanding that a ton of kids don't quite have yet. So some kids will just see that it's like, oh well, it's 3.3 points, but I mean these players are advanced players if they're 17 and 1500.
Yeah, I mean that was a huge. Because now
it's a game.
Now it's a game.
Side.
Yeah, it's even. Actually, you can make the argument that we're not far away from positionally white having a slight advantage, just because the rooks are have a little more activity. But I mean, black's queen is really well situated right there on d3.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been better if the knight and the bishop stayed on the board,
but can white go rook f3?
Rook f3?
Yeah.
Looks like it doesn't look like.
Yeah, but if you go rook f3, you can go
rook f3, rook e1.
Yeah, and then queen f3.
So, but that would have made a bit of an exciting move for this game.
Yes.
So
the threat here being queen f7.
Yeah, I think white's starting to really turn the tide in this game.
Open it up.
Now even if queen takes on d5, rook takes, and now we get d4.
Yep.
And
it was played
for the e file.
There we go.
And then probably king f2 soon, or actually black can't own the e file quick enough, so we should play rook f2 here.
Yeah, now
straight off, and then white
even all advantage is completely gone.
Yeah.
And actually, white's the one that's got their king more active.
Yeah. And now, where's black gonna really put this rook? It's in an awkward square.
Yeah.
They might try something like rook a5 or rook h5, but
I might send this game to Nick. I think this is a really instructive game to do an annotation in the newsletter of the value of positional awareness.
Yeah, this would be a good one.
And it's tough for kids to kind of really think about because there's so many things to think about, but there could be something valuable learned here.
So for those who just listening and don't know, we have a weekly newsletter about our club, our regular and Scholastic happenings and events, and we have Grandmaster Nick DeFermian, I think 2 or 3 times U.S. chess champion.
3 times.
And he's our Grandmaster in residence, and he's doing analysis of games that
online events.
On online events. So we have a few Scholastic games that he analyzed, and hopefully you guys can go and check it out. And I just copy pasted the link so you guys can see it.
Yeah.
So Christina, you've kind of alluded to you're not the strongest player yourself like some of the rest of us here. How did you said you had the connections with the homeschool. How did chess really enter your life? How did the Virginia Hampton's club start? I'm always interested in hearing like the backstories of clubs and things like
sure.
that.
That would be my son is the chess player in the family. He's in college now and is taking a break from playing, but he played for 10 years Scholastic.
Oh no, they shouldn't.
I know. I can't. I wish he wouldn't, but he's just got other interests now. But
that's me selfishly saying that because I'm on the U.S. College Chess Committee. So.
Yeah, he topped out at 1700 something, but I mean, he was the one that he showed a lot of talent, at a young age. So I got him private coaches and everything. And then when I used to start chess clubs at his schools wherever he went, and I did my best to do beginner coaching because I barely knew how to, I knew how to push the pieces and not much more. I managed to get myself up to like 1150 at a time just for teaching kids. But yeah, we started out the Tuesday night club. By that point, my son was probably too strong to even play. He was playing all open events and stuff. But we just had some families that wanted more tournament games, so we had 18 families that would meet at a school after school once a week to just play a rated tournament game and like do a 5-round tournament in 5 weeks. And then I tell people then this happened, and before we knew it, we had 9 different ability groups, 150 kids with 80 kids on the wait list, and had been named Club of the Year, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and so when did the club start?
February 2014 was when we got our start.
Oh, so you can really build quickly if you want to be Club of the Year.
It was.
Go ahead.
I know. It was a lot of just a lot of unexpected evolutions. You know, that year they tore the school down that we were meeting in, and we ended up having a couple of chess days in the park just for fun and to stay together. And the second one, we said, hey, let's invite the public. So we did a little bit of advertising. We had a really good turnout. People were like, hey, do you do lessons? And we were like, no, we just play tournament games. And then I said, wow, there's a really high demand for lessons. And so we decided to do lessons, and we were meeting at a volunteer rescue squad, a single room. Ended up with about 20 kids in a group lesson. We use a Chess Kid curriculum. And it just quickly got away from us. Obviously, kids were different ages, different levels were developing, and we ended up having to stop the group lessons and go to ability group lessons. And then we outgrew the rescue squad very quickly, found a church that would have us, and it just grew and grew and grew, and we had to start a wait list, and it was just, and we don't advertise. We actually tell people to stop telling their friends about us because we can't meet
It's a good problem to have.
A nice problem to have, especially in chess.
We actually have a vision of, like I said, we are a 501c3, and become larger and more formalized over the years. And we actually have a vision to open our own permanent chess center.
Yeah, I saw the that on the website. It looks beautiful. The vision for it.
Yeah, we want to be the St. Louis of the Mid-Atlantic, I guess.
Yeah.
It's gonna, we're obviously like everybody else in America. Anything that we had planned is going to be on hold for a while we kind of get through this and then recover from it. But
it looks on board 1 that Jeremy is going to go down. So,
okay, let's take a look.
Hamptons will take.
There's going to be an interesting pawn ending though with the Gozo pans.
Yeah,
so on the pawn break.
Yeah.
Jeremy should just resign, probably. I mean,
I imagine mechanics has a lot of very strong players in it, like toward the expert level.
No, we have.
You mean kids or regular players?
The kids.
Yeah, we do have a lot of stronger kids too. I did advertise that anyone below 2,000 can come to this tournament, so that our 2,200 kids are not overpowering the field. But yeah, we do have, but not that many expert level, right, Abel?
No, there's quite a few actually that are playing our online club.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what we'll need, like a rematch. You guys get your stronger players out.
Yes, we'll definitely have to.
They're like 2,300 and 2,200.
Really? Wow. Yeah. See, our player on board 1 is our top player in the Scholastic club, and
this is great.
We grew him from scratch. We're kind of proud because he's about to make expert, and he'll be our first homegrown expert. So
yeah, no, that's
pretty sure he'll be a master in high school. So
no, definitely we're gonna rally up, and not that I want to find excuses, but at noon we did have a club match against an Italian club, which we have arranged for a month now. So I felt that this Saturday would work for the kids, but I think playing in both tournaments might not have worked for most, and we had some kids.
The thing too is we rally up, the kids that play at our club, the stronger kids. I mean, it's great for Hampton Roads because they're going to get to have matches with stronger players and learn something from that and from that interaction. So
yeah. So yeah, we can do a rematch, absolutely.
Yeah,
So Italy is asking for a rematch too because
they're
we beat
already
them.
asking for it.
But let's schedule on a different days. So maybe in 2 weeks, if you guys are free on
Sure.
Saturday.
Oh, I don't. Let me check my schedule. I don't think we're doing anything in 2 weeks.
I'm guessing
Is
you're gonna
there-
feed the baby at that time already, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Is there a way for us to transition it to Chess Kid and have two clubs play each other?
So
There's currently not a
live.
match function on Chesskit.
Okay.
They actually have Mike is working. His
Yeah.
programmers basically locked in rooms working around the clock to program that function for Chesskit.
Yeah, Michelle said
Currently,
that.
the only inter-club match function is slow chess, which is notorious for aborted games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So we don't want to do that.
So Michelle told me it's about a couple of weeks, 1-2 weeks, maybe 3, until they come out with that. So hopefully it will happen soon. And once it happens, then we can just move everything back to Chess Kid because obviously it's a little bit
I think
safer.
a lot of, at least the kids I teach with the online classes, they're getting so used to Chess Kid now,
Yeah.
and they don't know anything about chess.com. So I think maybe we'd have more players if it was on Chess Kid.
Yeah.
And especially, Christina, you mentioned that you guys use have used the chess.com curriculum to help out.
The Chess Kid curriculum has really been the foundation of all of our instruction for years. With the starting them out as unrated, absolute beginners, and moving up. Obviously, once they get to a certain level, the coaches, teach whatever they think is best. But we try to teach our beginners based on the Chess Kid curriculum.
So you
Yeah.
board 2 won both of his games. So congratulations to Hampton Roads for that. Good job, our player.
And then we got one game
One
left.
game's left of I won. Oh,
Sorry.
there you go. This is the last game. So
And Standing Peanut has got pretty good advantage there. Up a piece.
3 pawn here. It's just-
More.
So, what kind of curriculum do you have your coaches coaching with, or is that up to them? I'm always curious.
We've experimented with a lot of things. Like I said, Chess Kid has a 20-lesson PDF curriculum. They don't really use it anymore since they've emphasized the online more, and they have the classroom planner feature and stuff like that now. We've used Coach J's in the summer because it's a really nicely contained. Kids get a nice colorful workbook and they can actually complete something in the course of 10 sessions in a summer academy and go home with a workbook and a little karate belt key tag thing that we give them for that.
Yeah.
And then
Familiar with that workbook. It's a good workbook for kids.
Yeah. We've also used the Dutch chess steps. I don't know if you guys have been introduced to those yet out there.
no,
they're pretty
and I'm
hot.
copy pasting Jay's chess curriculum. I'm good friends with Jay and consider him good friends, and it's amazing what he did with that chess academy
Yeah, it's great.
workbooks and everything. So I can just recommend it. We don't get any percentage cut, right, Christina? I wish.
No royalties.
No royalties, so we are advertising
the
it as
kids
free.
really like the colorful workbooks and like I said, just the package sense of accomplishment. But the Dutch chess steps is actually we've dabbled with using it in class, but our kids kind of cycle through our classes and get promoted when they get to a certain rating, and then they don't finish the book. So we were planning to expand in the fall and start a second night where we would have chess classes based on the Dutch chess steps 1 through 6. That's on hold for now. That's a phenomenal curriculum. It's really catching fire here in the U.S. as
I'm
well.
gonna check it out because it
Yeah,
does look
that's a good one. Ooh.
nice.
No, I can't.
Queen F6. And that's it.
Queen F6, Queen D1, Queen A8, black and pick.
Well, we have to commend them on playing slow, definitely, right?
Yeah, here is white though. You can.
But
you
yeah,
can resign this one.
but you can resign.
we've had,
White should resign. Yep.
Standing Peanut has been in our programs for probably 4 years now. He used to play so fast when he was a little bit younger. He's in middle school now, and he's slowed it down a lot.
what are some tips that you give or your coaches give for slowing kids down?
I mean, first of all, I mean, like when they're really beginners, and some of our sections in this state, they don't really require like the K through 3 kids to take notation. We really strongly encourage it for all the reasons we know. But it you know, even taking the act of taking notation helps slow them down.
Taking notation, having kids put their hands under their knees. That's what my coach did when I was a little kid.
We tell them, as far as like, you know, the impulse control and touch move, we say if you can't, you know, you got to think with your head, not with your hands. Be a Jedi master and move the pieces with your mind first. And, you know, we sit on your hands if you can't help but touch a piece. But that, you know, slowing them down is, you know, you can tell them, look at every piece. Sometimes I tell them, look at every single piece on the board and what it's pointing to and what it could do. And, you know, try to get them to slow down that way by considering, because they tend to put the board into smaller sections in their head and just make whatever move they see first. So,
yeah.
Abel,
well, she can come out here. You guys won the game, so won the match.
What tips do you have for kids that want to slow down? What did you
I used it's probably old school, but like I'll you know, and the kids that go fast, they'll lose the game, right?
Yeah.
And then so I'll say, okay, how much time did your opponent spend on the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or the thing I used to do when they're using the clock, I'll show them the clock, and I'll say, look, I want you to tell me what's different about this and how it might relate to the result.
Have you guys ever had the kids write down the amount of time?
I've never done that.
Notation?
I never did that in my classes.
My daughter's coach, he used to do that with her when she had to slow down. Yeah.
My son's coach did that with him because he played too slowly and was always in time trouble.
Yeah, it's a good time management. Time management tool that and it really shows the kids, they don't realize how fast they are going while they're playing.
Yeah.
It gives them some proof later, though, that hey, I was actually playing way too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, one of the kids that's in our candidate master's program some years ago when he was younger at the state championship, a lot of us are tournament directors as well. We came up to his board and he had lost, holding his result slip in the air, and he had, it was a game in 60 or something, and he had like 59 and a half minutes on his clock, and the board was like a king and queen endgame. Yeah. How did you get to an endgame like that in 30 seconds on your clock?
Yeah, just blessing it up. Well, congratulations to Hampton Roads. They win 23.5, 10.5 against Mechanics Institute. So outstanding performance by the kids.
Yeah, congratulations.
This was very fun. We definitely need to do it again. We would love to see, like, I know that you guys overall have a lot stronger, more players at the higher levels than we do, and we would love to play them.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, we'll try our best to recruit them for the next game, maybe in 2 weeks if that works for you guys. And we'll do that.
You start recruiting now for all my time.
She can come here. You can show her off. Everyone loves a baby.
She's in her right chair right now.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I know that you have a lot on your hands, so it was fun to have you and kind of help us with the commentary and everything.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. And to our viewers, thank you so much for joining us. Abel, do you want to say a few words until I find who to raid?
and rating is a good thing.
Yeah, Twitch, rating is a good thing.
No, it's just, it's an exciting day. It's been an exciting week for us. We had the match with Marshall, Charlotte, and St. Louis Thursday, Southern Arizona Monday. Then we had these 2 matches today. I just think it's fantastic, and we're very fortunate. I keep saying it, but that in chess, that we're able to still kind of, bring our communities together in this way. We're just lucky because there's a lot of other activities that can't do that. So, and I'm just proud that we're all a part of something positive here.
Okay, and we are going to raid Grandmaster Robson. Grandmaster Robson is a
I think he's playing Botez right now. And
Right
also,
now?
Grandmaster Carilla just signed on too. So
We rated him the other day.
Yeah, so we're gonna
Yeah.
read Grandmaster Ray Robson. He's a former Webster alumni and amazing player, and he played at the international. So hopefully in 2019. So enjoy, guys, and
Thank you, everyone.
thank you, everyone. Bye.
bye.
See you.